Welcome back. I'm now joined by Matthew Warren from the Business Desk. Hello, Matthew. Now, the eastern United States will be trying to get back to work later on this Wednesday, winter.
Yes, that's right. Well, you were reporting earlier that the subway in New York still won't be running for a few days. Many commuters will still be struggling to get into work. But the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ will both be opening on Wednesday. They've been closed for the last 2 days. Meanwhile, people and businesses are assessing the costs of the cleanup.
Recovery from the damages caused by Sandy will take more than a few days. Public transport is severely disrupted. Many retailers will be out of business for some time during this busy shopping season. Restaurants, banks and insurance companies will also face heavy losses. The economic impact of the superstorm is huge because of the areas it hit. New York City alone accounts for 10% of US output.
In addition to the lives we lost, the damage we suffered across the city is clearly extensive, and it will not be repaired overnight.
Analysts estimate the damage from Sandy will total around $50 billion, $20 billion in property damage and $30 billion more in lost businesses. The fourth quarter US growth could be slowed down by 0.2 to 0.6%, bringing the GDP rate to less than 2%. But no huge impact is expected in the long run.
The first information that we get is going to be from lost output and airline cancellations, and that is going to be negative. And then more and more we're going to start seeing trickling into the economic data, the benefits of the reconstruction.
The losses may actually lead to a boost in some sectors, like construction jobs and car sales, in the coming months.
Now, as you mentioned before, the US markets are reopening this Wednesday. What about the European markets? How
European markets, yeah, they've just opened and they're all looking up this morning, as we can see there. And I can give you a bit of data we're getting. Retail sales in Germany rose for the second month in a row in September. That's good news, although they're still down on the year overall. And a series of results as well. The oil giant Total said its profits slipped by 7% to €3 billion. That's due to some one-off charges and the falling price of oil. Let's take a look at Asia. Markets have closed there now. They also made gains by the end of Wednesday's trading session.
And one factor the markets will be looking at is Greece.
That's right, because Greece said that it's concluded talks with its international lenders, the Troika, on €13.5 billion of savings and austerity measures. That means Parliament will start debating that later on Wednesday. And after that, the country hopes it will get this much-needed next instalment of €31.5 billion. One of the coalition partners is holding out. It's unhappy with some of the Labour reform measures, but they think that the two main parties should have enough votes to get that through. Later on Wednesday as well, there'll be a conference call between Eurozone finance ministers to talk about details of Greece. Well, let's get some of the day's company news. And there was better than expected results for Air France KLM. The airline reported third quarter profits of €308 million. A cost-cutting programme and better summer traffic helped lift results. The company's cutting more than 5,000 jobs here in France.
Profits were also up at Germany's Lufthansa. The airline reported a 30% jump in earnings. That was despite a strike and higher fuel prices. Net profits rose to €642 million, comfortably beating analysts' expectations.
But more bad news for Barclays. The British bank was fined in June this year for its part in a rate rigging scandal. It said on Wednesday it faces 2 new investigations into its conduct in the US. The company made the announcement as it reported a €248 million loss in the latest quarter.
And now, Matthew, a business story in Hollywood involving lightsabers.
That's right. Not often we get to talk about business stories involving lightsabers, but this one is Disney buying Lucasfilm. That's the production company, headed by George Lucas, behind the Star Wars movies. Well, for the man himself behind that long-running film franchise, it's a bumper payday.
It appears there was no battle for supremacy behind the buyout.
You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan.
No one will be destroyed, and neither side found the other's lack of faith disturbing. George Lucas called the deal a perfect match of 2 companies that share the same goal.
I feel completely confident that Disney, will take good care of the franchise I've built.
Acquiring Lucasfilm and its Star Wars franchise is an opportunity Disney has sought for years, although the news came as a complete surprise for everyone. It also came with one big promise for fans.
And this gives Disney infinite inspiration and opportunities to continue the epic Star Wars saga.
The $4.05 billion purchase is the fourth biggest for Disney. The entertainment giant has been expanding its movie-making wing in the last few years. It took over the 3D animation maker Pixar in 2006 and bought the superheroes stable Marvel in 2009. These companies are worth more than just the films they make. Characters like Nemo and Spider-Man generate enough to justify blockbuster deals. The group's net income has more than doubled in the last decade. And George Lucas has reasons to smile too. He has now become Disney's second largest individual shareholder with a 2.2% stake.
It's my retirement plan, which is I've taken my company and bought stock in the best entertainment company in the world, and that will hold me for the rest of my life.
May the force be with him. As for Disney, it plans to make at least 3 Star Wars films in the coming years.
How many Star Wars movies have you seen, Matthew?
I think I've probably seen all of them, actually, but not obsessively like some people.
I haven't seen a single one.
Oh, really? It's time to
Maybe I
time
should
to
get
go.
started.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on for chocolate lovers now, because they're going to be very happy, especially if they're here in Paris.
That's right, because it's the 18th annual Salon du Chocolat here in Paris, and they can go and try out exhibitions and various different things, as you can see here, new recipes, all sorts of things, and I think even a car made out of chocolate. Don't know how they stop it all from melting. But meanwhile, the show actually started on Tuesday evening with a fashion show with those outfits, as you can see, they're made out of chocolate. It had a geographical theme with outfits from every continent. But that problem, how do you stop it from melting? Well, let's listen to one of the fashion designers.
Chocolate is supposed to be, rigid, and ties moving a lot. So we had to play with material, the chocolate, and so on. And also, as the chocolate is melting at the temperature of the body, we have some tricky things to do. So she's not.
I think you did a great job with that, actually, because I've noticed some of the other people's dresses, they have chocolate all over them, and I don't.
I'm planning to go along to that. I've got a few days before it shuts, haven't I?
It looks very tempting. I'm not sure about wearing those outfits, though.
No, I don't think I'd give that a go.
Certainly not on set.
All right, thank you very much, Matthew, for that look at the day's business news. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, you can go to our website, that's france24.com, for all the latest news in English, French and Arabic. Do stay tuned, though. Stuart Norval will have an update for you in just a few minutes' time. Thanks for watching.